I love it. This is such an underrated opportunity. I can't even begin to tell you. I think there's also a lot of confusion around interval exchange, experience and knowledge alone. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Interval International operates membership programs for vacationers and provides value-added services to its developer clients worldwide. The company has been a pioneer and innovator in servicing the vacation ownership market since 1976. So if that doesn't say legitimate, I don't know what does. They have been around for a long time. Today, Interval's exchange network comprises approximately 3,000 resorts in more than 80 nations. Folks, this is the longest client on the Arise network. They have been using the Arise platform for over 12 years. They know all the ins and outs. Super exciting in that sense. Agents interact directly with Interval for support and quality assurance. So this is a very unique thing where you get to speak directly with Interval people instead of just keeping that in relation to Arise. Interval has 12 plus lines of business available on the Arise network, so tons of call volume, tons of service opportunity. Also another perk of servicing the Interval opportunity. Great revenue to be made by doing that. Interval is the only client that does business with call centers in the USA, United Kingdom, and Canada. I will tell you, if you are passionate, absolutely passionate about sales, and I again, you know, I think a lot of people, how many of you, after hearing me talk about this right now, how many of you are under the impression that this is a telemarketing program and that you're going to have to call people and try to sell them timeshare type things? How many of you think that? I'm very happy to hear that no one's raising their hand. Oh, one person is? Okay. So, it's not. It's not at all. And I feel that people, you know, the second they see Interval and they think that that's what it is not. It's not difficult sales at all. It is really soft, the softest sales possible. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a couple minutes. It's also all about people who are passionate about travel and timeshare ownership. You know, this opportunity, it really is a great choice for people who are really into those types of things. Here's what you can expect on a day-to-day basis. Okay. Oh, before I talk about that, Bridget just put something absolutely awesome in the chat, folks. Folks, in case you don't know, one of the perks of servicing Interval is that there is a friends and family discount that is available for all agents after 90 days of servicing. That means, folks, you get to vacation for far less. That alone would make me want to service the Interval International Exchange opportunity. That is so cool, so cool. You know, for this, you're going to be assisting members in placing their waitlist requests for a resort that is currently unavailable. So, folks, here I am. I'm your world traveler. I love to travel. Imagine me calling you and saying, hey, my name is Erica, and I really want to go to this one resort in Cancun, and it doesn't seem available. Can you please place me on the wait list? And you say, sure, I would be very happy to do that. The next thing is you would say, you know, I'm putting you on the wait list, but, you know, can you do me a favor? Tell me why you chose that resort. Why was that appealing to you? Because maybe if you give me a chance, I might be able to find another resort that you would love, that you maybe missed or something. And I would say, sure, I have a couple minutes right now. I'll tell you. I'm choosing that resort because I love that it's all-inclusive. I love that, you know, they have kids' activities. And not only that, they have daycare available during the day. So I as a mom can really kick back and relax, maybe have a cocktail while someone else is watching my kid, because I love my kid, but, man, like, that's my other job. It's not just doing Arise stuff. It's my other job. So, you know, I need a little break from that as well. And, you know, it has great restaurants on site. I don't have to travel too far, and great activities. I like that they have a lot of water sports and stuff, because I like that. And, you know, I start telling you, and you say, oh, okay, well, that's a great list. Let me see what else is available. And I start looking through the system, and I see what else is available, and I say, well, there's this other resort that has, 90-95% of those things, if not all of them. Would you be interested? So you're kind of selling that first. And then maybe that's not really, my jam. Maybe I'm not really interested in staying at that resort. I really wanted this one specific one. So the next thing is you say, that sounds great, perfect. Do you know that maybe you'd come off the wait list a little bit sooner if you had an upgraded membership? Because I hear you really want to go there. I hear you want to stay there for just a little bit more. I think we could make that happen for you sooner rather than later. Right now your core, maybe you'd want to move up to the gold and platinum levels or something like that. Let me tell you a little bit more about them, and you decide from there. And that's what I mean by those really soft sales, having those smooth transitions with everyone, very easy. And, ultimately in the very end, after you've taken care of that, you're going to solve member concerns for first call resolution, ultimately avoiding escalation. It's that easy, those types of calls. We want to let you know as you go into certification, it's going to be about 2 days for that first part, that Timeshare 101. There's going to be an instructor-led course that's about 5 weeks in length because there's a lot of information to be covered in terms of the Interval International Exchange Support Program. And then after that, you're going to move into certification call taking. You will receive revenue during that time. That's about 4 to 6 weeks in length. After that, you should know that when you're in that instructor-led course, we're talking about 4 hours in class and 2 hours of self-paced work. So that's great. If you want to have more of that hands-on learning experience with the instructor as opposed to having to do more self-paced stuff on your own, this is an amazing opportunity for you. In terms of requirements, there are a few things that you should be aware of. First off, you're going to have to complete the pre-coursework prior to day 1 of class. You'll have to maintain attendance throughout the entire certification course up to and including all live certification. You have to pass all quizzes with at least a 90% and all exams with at least a 90% average. You'll have to pass role play scenarios with the instructor as well as mock calls during phase 2. Have to pass live certification calls and participate in call-taking days and complete assigned homework daily. The suggested SOW for this is pretty great. It's 20 intervals, that's 10 hours. Certainly, we strongly encourage you to service way more than that because, folks, there are plenty of intervals available. As you can see here, intervals are available Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. So that is more than, it seems like 14 hours every single day. That's 28 intervals every day, Monday through Friday. Saturday, it's available 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., so just a little bit less, but still plenty of opportunity. And Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. There is a weekend requirement of 6 intervals or 3 hours that's required on a Saturday or Sunday or a combination of both. So you could do, say, 3 hours on Saturday, 0 on Sunday. You could do 2 and 1, 1 and 2. And even, because Arise offers intervals in 30-minute increments, you can do an hour and a half one day and an hour and a half the other day. It's completely up to you. You drive your own schedule. A few characteristics of top performers: strong communication and customer service skills. Folks, you always want to be on your A game. We talked about that soft sales savvy, so being able to have those smooth transitions, being comfortable and really listening to what your customers' needs are, and then responding accordingly with the right packages or different sales items that you are going to have at hand. You should have great problem-solving skills, listening to these folks, where they want to stay, what they need, what they're, how to accommodate their needs, everything on those lines. You should be attuned to that and knowing how you're going to solve that. And then the last thing is professional. And folks, I don't necessarily mean your willingness to show up to your home office in a suit and tie. If that's what you want to do, by all means, please go right ahead and do that. If that's what's going to keep you professional, please. What I'm really talking about here is I'm talking about people who are going to have that great commitment adherence, as we spoke about before, as well as have the discipline to, pick up other service times when they're not necessarily thinking that they're going to service. You might wake up on a Tuesday morning and say, hey, I wasn't planning to service, but the holidays are right around the corner. I could use a couple extra bucks to pay for Mom's holiday present or my brother's holiday present. Oh, let's face it, for Erica, for my holiday present. I know that's exactly what we're talking about here. You need to make sure that you have money for the holidays to buy me a present. And listen, folks, you don't have to get me anything big. It's okay. Small things are equally special in my heart. But with that, you want to make sure that you're looking in the into Starmatic and to know exactly when you're servicing and say, listen, I'm going to pick up a few more service times. I could do that. I can make a little extra money today. That's being professional, really taking on that extra whenever possible. The next thing is service level requirements. We spoke about commitment adherence and what that's about. Here we're talking about keeping that at 90%. We have the average handle time. That is a little less than 720 seconds, so not too bad. You also have quality here. Quality is adherence to the client's quality adherence guidelines. That's going to be reviewed with you during the certification course. We're talking about keeping it greater than 90%. And then revenue per service interval. This has to do with, those upsells. Those are monthly revenue targets that are set by the client, and that'll be shared with you at a later time. You're looking at 100% a monthly target for all products, whether it be exchanges, renewals, or getaways.